Hello YouTube friends. Well, it's quite a warm afternoon in early August 2009 here in northeastern Alabama, and boy, this morning it was raining like crazy here, and it's cleared up and turned into a beautiful day. The temperature is up around 90 degrees and bright and sunny, and it's almost 5 p.m. almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I got a message this morning from a viewer that's been with me for about the last, I guess, almost 3 years here on YouTube. One of my first subscribers. A young man, he really was a young man when I first started watching, from Canada, up in the southern part of Canada. Been watching me. His name's Owen. And he sent me a real nice message this morning and talked about a few things. We've gotten to be friends over the years that I've been here on YouTube and that he's been watching. And a few months, or I guess a year or so back, I had a video I made about an old houseboat that I have. There's a lake down behind the house here about a half mile where I keep the old boat, and I made a video on the old boat. And I think I said at that time that later on I would make another video on the boat. And Owen was asking about that. Said, when are you going to make another video and show us some more about your old houseboat? So, Owen, buddy, I tell you what I'm going to do. I have some hours left this afternoon of sunlight, and video camera's acting a little bit strange here, but if it holds up, we're going to go down to Roseberry Creek, Gunnersville Lake on the Tennessee River, and take my old houseboat out on the lake, and I'll do a video here of some time spent on the old houseboat. And that's one of my favorite things, that boats, and even especially old boats, any kind of boat. I've always been a boating fan. So we'll go down and check that out and take a little ride this afternoon. So come along. Well, we could walk down to the boat. It's about a half mile down there, but not knowing how tired or maybe up to walking some of you are, we'll just get in the old truck here and ride down in my old truck. Well, hop in, let's go. Well, here we are at the Jackson County Park, and the marina here is where my old houseboat is kept. This is a park operated by the County of Jackson County. They have a lease from Tennessee Valley Authority, TVA, to use this waterfront and build docks and build a marina. So this is a sign when you first start to enter the park. And here's my old houseboat. This is a 1967 model Stardust Cruiser. It's a steel hull boat. It's about 40 feet long, about 10 feet wide. Has a 115 horsepower outboard motor on the back. She's been in the water now for about 42 years, and she's still pretty good old boat. Keep a canoe tied up alongside the houseboat here. We'll have to take it loose and let it down in the water. And looks like the heavy rain last night and this morning got a little water in the canoe. Got the covering, didn't keep all the water out. This is looking back through the front door of the houseboat, and I have a kayak that I keep here, and to keep it in a little better condition, I keep it inside the houseboat. So before we leave the dock, we'll have to get out the kayak, and we'll tie it along behind the houseboat and let it trail along on a trip. Since I've been working on my house and doing my house remodel, I've kind of not kept my boat up as good as I should, I guess. So the inside is not in real good shape right now. It's pretty dirty and needs paint, and there's some paneling needs to be replaced, but it's still usable. You're looking through the front door of the cabin. There on the right is a little sofa that lets down into a full-size bed. There on the left you see the captain's chair at the helm, and I'll kind of take the camera back through and show you a little bit about the boat. That's the helm, or the captain's station, or the steering station, whatever you want to call it. It's real simple, not a lot to it. Controls are real simple. Just forward, reverse, throttle. There's some switches there for some lights. There's a depth finder there, and of course you see the wheel. And then I might show you a little picture there. I don't know if it'll show up or not. I do some fishing here on the river, and that was taken a few years ago. I'll move the camera around so you can get a better picture of it. We have some fairly good sized bass here on the river. That was taken, I guess, 2002. That was 7 years ago. That's me and some of my younger days. And the big old grandpa bass there weighed just almost 10 pounds. Still moves, see if you can see a little bit. Got a lot of reflection on it. That's the biggest fish I've ever caught on the river here. I fished the river since I was a young boy. Some people catch 14, 15 pound bass, but the 10 pounder's as big as I've caught. And I took him out here behind the boat after we weighed him and took his picture and turned him loose. So if some other lucky fisherman hasn't caught him, he's still swimming around in Roseberry Creek. And it's real hard to back off far enough here in the boat without a different lens to show you a whole lot of the inside. But that's a little kitchen that's here. It's got a little sink. We got a gas oven, a gas range, and then there's a little refrigerator here. And I'll show you one thing that's real important for all boaters. And that's a fully stocked refrigerator. We have a little bit of adult beverage there, and some of my favorite Diet Coke. And you always have to have, when it's hot in August in Alabama, plenty of water. We've got plenty of bottled water that's nice and cool, and I think I'll have me one right now. Another necessity if you're out on the water and away from shore that you might need is one of those. And it's a marine toilet, and it's a good thing to have on board. This is a very small bathroom, just big enough for one person to get in. Got a little sink, a little storage there on the left, and the toilet with a little medicine cabinet up above. And I need to do some work in there. It has some deterioration, but it passes. Just looking to the rear end of the boat, and I didn't show you the dining area. There's a little table there that seats about 4 people, and the table breaks down like a lot of campers and makes a double bed, a small double bed. I couldn't get the camera around to show you that. All this stuff stacked up here is a double bunk there in the stern of the boat, and all those things stacked up there are cushions for the table. There's a table and chairs out on the front deck that I didn't show you either, and they must cushion for the table and chair. And then there it goes out on the back deck. And I have a flagpole. I like flags and flagpole. I have a flagpole out on the back deck. And I think what I'll do is take this real pretty Alabama state flag and put it up on the flagpole before we take our trip. So I was taught to never let the flag touch the ground, so I always try to do that. I don't know how good this is going to be in the camera. But if you'll notice, the Alabama state flag looks a lot like the old War Between the States Confederate battle flag. You know, it had an X on it, a cross on it, and had stars. So Alabama kind of adopted that as their state flag after the war. But it's also like a Crusader's cross, I think, in some of the European countries. Get her up and tie it off. It looks real pretty when you're boating down the river. See if we can get a shot of it here hanging up on the flagpole. There it is. The Alabama state flag, crimson and white. And if you know anything about Alabama football, you know the University of Alabama's colors are also crimson and white. Well, we're back up to the helm, and let's see if we can fire this baby off. Real simple. Give it a little gas, choke it a little. And you may not be able to hear it, but she's running.